Travel with us
as we continue our road trip around Morocco. So where are we going today?
We are going to Merzouga with some stops along the way, which we will get to in this podcast.
So we got up in the morning and packed up and left Ifrane and drove into the Atlas Mountains.
Woo!
The lesser Atlas Mountains. Later in the trip, we go through the real big Atlas Mountains, but these ones had an interesting first stop.
Yes, very interesting. So the first stop was monkeys.
They're Mac monkeys, just like the ones in Gibraltar, and they're relatively tame. There are people there who had stuff that they would sell you so you could feed the monkeys. And,
but they're basically just scammers. They didn't scam, but like
they wanted tips.
Yeah, they wanted money without telling us that they wanted money. But Eamon shooed them off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the monkeys were very cute. I have a couple pictures of the monkeys with babies and the monkeys eating peaches that we gave them. So they were adorable.
But towards the end, Eamon wanted us all to get back in the car fairly quickly because he saw something that we didn't see right away. And that was the monkeys had somehow communicated that people were giving out food over here, and they were pouring out of the woods by the hundreds.
Let's go.
Oh, okay. There's too many.
Well, it's time to go. We didn't get a real good shot of that.
Yeah.
A little bit of video, but not when they really started coming out.
Oh my god, yeah.
We were too busy getting in the car and getting out of it.
Yeah, also, Paul did make a video about this road trip we're talking about, so I'll leave that in the description as well.
It's got some videos of the monkeys in it that are pretty good.
Yeah.
So then we loaded up, and a little ways from there is where we hit something with our tire in the car. So the next town, Eamon pulled in to a tire shop, and they switched the tire out for one that because we had sort of like broken the belt or something in the tire. There was a lump in the tire.
Just saying, we did not run over a monkey.
No, it wasn't a monkey.
There was a
I don't know
whatever.
what it was, but it made a loud thump.
Yeah.
And then, so we got the tire fixed, and our next stop was a town we were going to for a late breakfast that is famous for their grilled beef. And that's what we had. There's a video of it with Jacob actually got to go in behind the counter and help them cook it for a little
that
while.
was really cool.
I asked Jacob to come back and fan the flames for him so our breakfast cooks a little faster.
And yes, beef is a breakfast food in Morocco. It seems like a lunch food, and actually it is a lunch food everywhere else, pretty much. But in Morocco, they eat it for breakfast. And I got to help fan some of the smoke away to help it cook faster. Smoke is clogging it up or something. I don't know how to what all the cooking terms are, but
yeah, it's a little butcher shop next to it that has meat hanging there, and they go over and you pick out, say how much you want, and they cut it off of the large cut and throw it in a meat grinder right there with some onions and some butter and a few spices. Then they form it into small patties, and they grill the patties in a wire basket so you can flip it over. And once they're about halfway done, they open it up and they put onions and tomatoes in there, and then they finish grilling it while they're cooking the onions and tomatoes. It's really delicious.
it was delicious. That was one of the best things we had in Morocco. Besides for Grandma's couscous, which we talked about in the last episode. Yes, this is the part 2 to the podcast series that we are doing about Morocco. I'll leave part 1 in the description.
Okay, so I didn't mention the restaurant was in a town called Zaida.
Zaida?
And it was the Bismillah restaurant. best grilled beef in Morocco, they say.
Yeah, it was definitely delicious.
So then we got in the car and continued on our way to Merzouga, and we went through an area of, it's very dry around there, except there's a belt of green called the Oasis Valley, and we drove past that. What do you remember of that?
I remember not believing that it exists. It was definitely very weird to be in a desert and then you just pull up right next to an oasis that has tons of green trees, river running through it, 5 towns in the vicinity that you can see. It's just this crazy thing that is really hard to describe, like, you're feeling, like, what you see and what you feel about it. Like, it's just this crazy oasis thing. I remember it was so beautiful.
Can we pause it for a second?
Sorry about that. So we were talking about the Oasis Valley, right?
Yep.
So I was saying I can't believe that thing exists.
What it looked like out in the middle of a desert.
Yeah, it's crazy.
There were palm trees and everything else down there.
There's palm trees just surrounding the river. There's just a river running straight through the middle of it. And this thing runs like, this oasis runs through pretty much like the entirety of like Morocco wide. That it's insane.
From north to south.
Yeah, north to south.
And
It's
when
crazy.
we get into this part of Morocco, it's getting drier and drier because you were heading toward the Sahara Desert. Once we got past the oasis a little ways, you could actually start seeing some of the sand dunes of the Sahara Desert. So our next stop after that was the town that we're going to have Jenna and Eamon's wedding reception in, called Merzouga.
Good job, Paul. You pronounced that right.
I'm getting better at it.
For the past 3 months, he's been saying Merzouga.
Merzouga.
Where's Merzouga?
I don't know.
Where's
I don't know why I was
Merzouga?
saying that. Anyway, so what was the name of the hotel in Merzouga? Do you remember?
It's like the
Merzouga.
Merzouga.
There's the town by Albania.
It's not Albania.
Algeria. Oh, the Auberge Kasbah Merzouga was the name of the hotel.
Yeah.
So a kasbah can refer to, they use it to refer to the old central marketplaces in the big cities, but a kasbah can also just be a fort.
Yeah.
Or an enclosed area with walls.
A kasbah, which we'll see much more often in the later episodes, they, like, the kasbah, like you said, can refer to, like, the old stores and, like, shops. Those things are called souks. Like the shops itself, they're called souks.
So, once we got into Merzouga, the first day we checked into the hotel, which was a nice place. It had actually started out as just tents in the desert.
Yeah, that's insane
When
to think about.
Eamon and his family originally started
Todd,
going...
did you say Merzouga? Did you say Merzouga or Merzouga?
Merzouga.
Okay. I have to keep an eye out for that.
An
ear out, I mean.
When they first started going there almost 30 years ago, it was just to stay in the tents in the desert. And over the years, they expanded it and built hotel rooms. And we stayed in the newest of the rooms, and they were actually quite nice.
They were
They had
very nice.
a swimming pool and a breakfast lunch restaurant. If you ate dinner, they had another restaurant upstairs where you could eat dinner. And they had a bar. It was a really nice place. It was very comfortable.
Yeah, Aunt Jenna and Eamon slept in the room that
they had just built that one. It was like a geodesic dome on the roof, and they were making it their bridal suite or Yeah, wedding suite, bridal suite.
Yeah, and like, wasn't it like not fully built when they were coming, and then when they told them they were having a wedding, then the hotel made sure to finish it so
Yep.
they could have that
They
room?
just finished it before we got there.
Yeah.
It had a few drawbacks, though. It's pretty hot around there. You're right. Actually, you're pretty much in the Sahara Desert.
Yeah, you are.
And so they were baking a little bit up there. There were a little bit too much glass in the geodesic dome to keep so the air conditioner couldn't quite keep up with it. So they still got a few kinks to work out of it there. But it was funny.
So that was the first day. We just arrived to Merzouga, we settled in and everything, but then the next day is when we did a lot of things, which the first thing we did was go to Lake Merzouga, which was only like 10-20 minutes away, and this lake was really weird. Like,
there's not always water in it.
yeah.
But what I was reading was remember when we were talking about that Oasis River?
Yeah.
That goes all the way down through Morocco. The river kind of starts going underground.
Oh, really?
And Lake Merzouga is like the
Merzouga.
end. Merzouga is the end of it.
Oh, that's cool.
But there's often not a lot of water in it unless it rains.
Yeah.
They said it was a lot bigger when we were there because it had just rained a couple weeks ago.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. And I don't know if I'm getting this right, but I remember hearing that the lake is like poisonous or something.
Yeah, sometimes when you have water that just sits there, it can get. It's like the Salton Sea in California. There's no water flow; it can get kind of toxic.
Yeah, so it's like it is toxic.
Although what were those? Flamingos?
Yeah.
They do get
like
flamingos flying in there.
We didn't see any though.
We were a little too far away, but we think there were some over in the distance.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear about that.
There are a couple people there selling souvenirs, and one thing they do in Morocco is they'll put a coffee shop, a big coffee machine in the back of a car, and then that's their business. They just open up shop wherever they want to park their car. And there was one of those out there, so you could have had a cup of coffee while you were there.
At the toxic lake.
So after that, we took off, and that would be southeast of Merzouga to go to
Taouts.
The closest you can get in Morocco to the border of Algeria, not Albania.
Yeah. So a bit of backstory around Taouts. So Morocco doesn't like Algeria at all. They're like, they don't like each other. It's because Morocco doesn't recognize Western Sahara, which Algeria does, and Algeria wants to get trade from Western Sahara so they can get to the Atlantic easily and not go through any other countries or Mediterranean or anything. So that's their main thing. So then Taouts, you used to be able to just see into Algeria. That's how close it is. It is very close to the Algerian border. And now they closed off the viewing area, so you literally can't see Algeria at all. So it is completely closed off to the public now.
Just a sleepy little town down there, and it's got a little military installation. It's kind of like an outlook. Let's see if anything's coming in from Algeria. We saw a few families around town, a few dogs and cats.
Which is crazy to think about, that people actually live there.
It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it is. And it seems like it's just a little military base next to the border, but no, it's an actual town that people live in. And used to be able to see into Algeria, but obviously now you can't.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy to think about to me.
So on the way back from there, we stopped in an auto museum.
Yeah, car museum.
Car museum. It's owned by a billionaire Arab
something like
prince or something like that. I think from Saudi Arabia, and he's got more than one of these museums.
Yeah,
but it has some really interesting cars in it.
It really does. Yeah, Pa. What question? Do you remember like any of the cars specifically? Like, what are your favorite ones that you can remember?
Well, they cut a Jeep.
Oh yeah. It was I think they called it like a skinny Jeep or something like that.
Well, they sliced off two sides of the Jeep and they put those together into and made a Jeep that's only about that wide. Yeah. And then they put the other two big parts together and made a Jeep that was like 15 feet wide. So it was a pretty cool looking vehicle. I don't know. They did take it out and drive it once. There was
I don't believe
picture of that.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all.
There were some interesting vehicles in there. I can't really remember any of them right offhand.
Yeah, there were definitely interesting vehicles. Like, hey, editor, this one and that one. Point at something.
This one was really interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So then we headed back to the hotel. And then did we go on the camel ride that same night?
Yes, we went on a camel ride.
One of the most interesting things about the camel rides is getting on and off the camel.
Definitely. Yeah.
I had done it before once, and I've ridden a lot of different kinds of animals, so I didn't have too much trouble with it. But the camel kneels down, and you hop on, and then it stands up.
Hold still. Yeah, there you go.
Kind of fast, and you have to be kind of ready for that, or you'll go off the back end.
Yeah. I remember being very scared to go on it. Like, just hearing what Pa said, like, ooh, ah. Oh, my chair almost fell over.
But you made it, and you had a good time.
Yeah,
right?
I loved riding camels. I would definitely do it again. I would definitely do that again. And if you guys are in Morocco, I highly recommend riding camels. That was so fun.
There were camels everywhere.
Yes.
Once we got down into southern Morocco, you couldn't drive past an intersection that didn't have like camels all over the place.
Yeah, definitely.
So that about wraps it up for our trip to Merzouga. Next, we're going to be talking about the next several days in Merzouga, where we have the wedding reception and dinner in the desert.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys for that. Goodbye.